In this video, I'm going to show you an ad that kind of sucks, but is making an obscene amount of money anyway. You may have seen this ad before. This is for Phoenix Energy asking you to join an investor webinar. Let me show you the ad. I'm going to explain why it sucks, and then I'm going to tell you why I think it's making a ton of money anyway. And if you don't know who I am, my name's Chris Shoup. I'm the founder of Dominate Marketing, co-author of the book, The Magic of Compound Business Growth with Myron Golden. And I've built 3 separate businesses from scratch to a 6-figure run rate using YouTube ads. So let me show you the ad video here.
My name is Adam Ferrari, Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy. I look 4D.
Okay, so we're at the 5-second mark. Now, on YouTube ads, at the 5-second mark, that is when the person gets to hit the skip button and skip your ad. What has he said in the first 5 seconds? He says, "Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy, and that's it. That's all that he says in the first 5 seconds. How likely is somebody, if they have the opportunity, to skip at that point? Like, what has he said to get anybody's attention? Why does anybody care who he is? Why do I care to listen to Adam Ferrari, the Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy, which I've never even heard of before, other than through this ad? The answer is I don't, and so I'm going to skip it every freaking time, except if I happen to be a YouTube ads guy and I'm just curious about it, and so I hear him out. Now let's keep watching.
You joining us at our next investor webinar, where you can drill deeper.
Okay, so I hope you join us in our next investor webinar. Well, why? Why would I waste my time joining your investment webinar? And he does not answer that question, right? Now he's going to, but he hasn't yet. He's led with, here's what I want you to do, before giving any desire, like any justification as to why we should do anything for him.
Our 9 to 13% annual interest rate bond offerings.
Okay, that's it. That is the lead. 9 to 13% annual interest rate bond offerings. That is the benefit to what he has to offer. Why would I go to his investor webinar? Because I want to learn about his 9 to 13% investment rate bond options, right? That's pretty attractive, right? If you're not familiar with the investment landscape, 9 to 13% is pretty darn good. So that's nice, but look, we're 12 seconds in to the video before he even mentions that. Like 95% of people have already skipped before they even hear what the benefit is. Now, if I was to run this ad, I would put that first. And by the way, this is a mistake that copywriters often refer to as burying the lead. In other words, the thing that's most attractive that you should use at the very beginning to get people's attention is something you're burying later on after people have already lost interest and clicked away, right? So if I was to rewrite this ad, I would say, would you like to invest in a bond that has a 9 to 13% annual interest rate? That's what I would do at the very beginning. And so if somebody is looking to invest and would like to get a high interest rate, then they're going to keep listening. Starting with, hey, my name is John Smith and I'm with whatever company. Like that's not going to work. That's going to scare people away. Now, there is a possibility that there's some kind of regulation with this particular type of ad because it's investments, it's a highly regulated industry. So maybe he does have to introduce himself and then the company names. If that's the case, I would say, hey, Adam Ferrari with Phoenix Energy here. Would you like to get a 9 to 13%, right? Get that in as fast as you can and then get to the lead, if that's actually necessary. It's probably not. He could probably say, hey, would you like to get a 9 to 13% annual interest rate? Well, my name is Adam Ferrari with Phoenix Energy, right? He could backload that. That first 5 seconds is critical. Anyway, we'll watch the rest of the ad here
And see how our company has become an emerging leader in the oil and gas industry. In 2024, Phoenix Energy rose to become the 11th most prolific oil and gas operator in the Williston Basin. One of them.
So this is helpful, right? Because people will see 9 to 13% and say, okay, well, it must be trash bonds, right? Like, that's too good to be true. It must be like, I'm probably going to lose my money. And so showing that like every year they're getting better and better, that puts some faith that the bond is actually worthwhile and is actually going to pay out instead of just losing their money.
America's top producing regions. We are now right alongside industry giants like ConocoPhillips and EOG and plan to continue rising in the rankings. Our daily production rates have risen as high as 18,000 barrels of oil per day. We've sold more than 4 million barrels, and we're just getting started.
So just a bunch more credibility, and this part is good, and it's at the right place, right? This is not something they should have led with either. They're justifying why it's worth investing in them, why it's worth considering the investment at least.
We hope to see you at our brief webinar. In less than 1 hour, you will learn more.
This is good too, less than 1 hour. So actually, I sort of take it back when I said that this ad sucks. The ad is not bad, it's just the beginning of it sucks. Which, in most cases, if the beginning of an ad sucks, then the rest of it doesn't matter because you lose people after the first 5 seconds.
But our 9 to 13% annual interest rate bond offerings in the U.S. oil and gas sector. These Regulation D 506E bond offerings are open to accredited investors.
Now, this is good too. He says it's open to accredited investors. So he's pushing away the people that he does not want. If you're not an accredited investor, don't click on this because this ain't for you. You're not even allowed to do it.
Our team will guide you through the details of how to get started. Sign up for the webinar and start your journey with Phoenix Energy today.
And also cool that he says it's less than an hour, right? Because people are conscious of their time, and the shorter, the easier you can make it sound, the better. So why do I say that this is making millions? Well, for this one reason here. Total ad spend is $8.6 million that they have spent on this ad. Now, do you think that they, after spending like $100,000, if nobody was registering for their webinar, do you think they would have just continued forever until they spent $8.6 million and at a run rate of freaking almost of more than $500,000 just in the last 30 days alone? And that's been kind of consistent. They're like spending $1 million every 2 months on this ad. Do you think that they would be spending that much if it wasn't actually making money? No, obviously this must be like printing money hand over fist, even though, like I said, this is not that great an ad. It's like the hook is terrible. It just shows you like the power of YouTube ads. I don't see anybody that is advertising anything remotely similar to this on YouTube ads. They have a wide open blue ocean because I don't see anybody promoting investments on YouTube ads. I see this ad freaking constantly, but I don't see any of their competitors. And so they're just like scooping up the whole market on YouTube ads, which is the single most powerful ad platform in existence right now, and nobody else is competing with them. So they're just scooping up the whole market, even though their ad isn't that good. That's why their ad doesn't have to be that good, is because they're advertising on the best ad platform, and they're catching just the small percentage of people that are just away they're like not fast enough to skip the ad before second 12 when they actually introduce this 9 to 13% annual interest rate. So probably that's their saving grace, is that they have people that are like maybe listening to a podcast on their phone, which I do all the time, and they step away from their phone a little bit, the ad comes on, and then they don't get to the skip button in time, and they actually hear that, oh wait, 9 to 13% interest rate? Yeah, maybe I'll listen further, right? But if they were to put that at the beginning, they'd probably get like double or triple the success from this ad. So if anybody from Phoenix Energy happens to be listening to this video, give me a call. Like, apply in my link below, and I will make you substantially more money for your $8.6 million in ad spend than you're making right now. If you have another business with any kind of high ticket offer and would you like me to create YouTube ads that get you sales hand over fist with videos that are done right the first time and don't bury the lead, then you also go ahead and click the apply button, and I will build out your ad campaigns for you and guarantee that they work for you or your money back. Or if you'd like to see my exact methodology for how to run YouTube ads that get you a ton of high ticket sales, check out the video here where I show you exactly how that process works. And if you like this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.